Hi, Magical Mummas, and welcome to episode 30 of the Magical Mothering podcast. I'm Dania Foster, elemental energetics therapist and nurturer of mamas who are struggling with disconnect whilst raising highly sensitive kids. Today, I'm talking about guiding your child to connect with source energy. You can check out all the show notes at daniafoster.com/blog/episode 30, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. So, guiding our child to connect to source energy. What we're wanting from this is we want our child to be able to connect in with spirit, have a spiritual connection, to be able to know that they are divinely guided and supported, and to be able to tune into their innate wisdom, channel in from source. Okay, to know that they are one with energy, to know that they are one with the divine, to know that they're one with source. This will hopefully bring them to a sense of peace, to a sense of grounded connection to themselves, to what is it that they value, bringing them into connection with those that they care about, their family, their community, their loved ones, bringing them into connection with their passions and what lights them up and keeping them on path. We want our children to be able to connect in with source energy so that they can know themselves and know what is the right way for them, for the path that they are walking, their individual story. And to be able to let go of everything that is not source energy. So source energy is an energy of pure love, of pure gratitude, of unconditional support. It is an energy of healing, an energy of guidance, of wisdom. And we want our children to be able to tap into that. So, what are some things that we can do to guide our children back to their source energy? One of the biggest things that I can suggest for you is to be immersed in nature as much as you can be. For our children to connect back to their natural state of being, to be connected to source energy. And what our modern society has done is separate us from source by separating us from nature. So the more time that the kids get to be out in natural environments, to have free play, to be able to spend their time just going for a walk and observing the changes in the season, whether that's from day to night or whether that's from season to season. Just being amongst it and being holding the energy of nature in reverence is a very simple way to connect your child back to source energy. Now, if you're in somewhere that is really cold, maybe it's snowing, you don't want to go outside and they can't be outside all the time, that's okay. You can just make a habit of looking out the window, making a note of the weather. It could be just simply have a look for the moon every night, say goodnight to the moon and the stars, and just have a look at what phase the moon is in. Being in tune with the moon is another beautiful way to connect in with source energy. To be just aware of the ebb and flow of nature, the ebb and flow of the cycles, and another way that you can really help your child to connect in with source energy is to move with the seasons and to allow the rest in the cold, to allow the expansion that comes with the sun. Yeah, allowing space for rest and space for them to get bored. Because when we are getting bored, that's when we connect to our creative source of energy that hibernates within our belly, within our cauldron of our sacral center. And it's in there that we can connect to source energy, to focus on what it is that we're passionate about, what is it that we desire, what is it that we want to create. So giving them that time to be bored is actually helping them to connect into that space of source energy. The other thing that you can do is show them by modeling through yourself. So this could be you noticing nature, you taking a moment to sit out in the sun and soak in the sun's warmth, a sun soak meditation. It could be that they are observing you meditate with a rhythmic pattern. And if they ask you questions, then answer them with the depth that you wish that they would have. So your children are innately intuitive and intelligently connected to emotion and source. Let them know that by when you communicate to them, what are you doing? I'm meditating so that I can connect to source energy. It helps me feel full and energized. It helps me feel full of love, and it gives me wisdom and clarity to know what my next steps are. Letting them know what it gives you when you connect in with source, when you meditate, when you do yoga, when you go for a nature walk. How is it that you're connecting with source? Model it within yourself and explain it, but communicate it to them. It could be simply when you're gardening. It could be simply when you are creating, when you're cooking, letting them know that you are opening your heart up to source energy to flow through you. Letting them know that when you tuck them into bed, that you're connecting source energy when you give them a kiss goodnight, or when you kiss them when they've hurt their knee, that you're channeling love from the universe through you and into them, because you are a conduit of source energy, as are they. We are all conduits of source energy, and we channel it, whether that's consciously or unconsciously, all of the time. And this is a pure love energy. It is there available to us all of the time. It is always accessible for us to get a hold of that energy, to open ourselves up to it. It's all we need to do is open ourselves up to receive, and we will have access to this energy that is waiting to serve us. Okay, we are at one with this energy. So to guide your child to connect with source, provide the opportunities, the space to be able to notice it. Give them the opportunity of boredom to be able to open up to it, connect into it from a space through their sacral energy of creation, through their desires, their creativity, their ambitions. Allow them to be in that energy without shutting them down, without making fun of it. And communicate how you connect in with source. Show them how you meditate by practicing it daily with your breath work, with your journaling practices, free writing, automatic writing. There's lots of different ways that we, as highly sensitive mums, can be tuning into source energy and guiding ourselves back to clarity, awareness, deeper understanding, and healing. Communicating that with our children. And then there is all of the work that you can do to guide them to meditate, to guide them to connect in with card pulls, to connect in with their guides. But for now, just open the space for noticing and see how that goes for you. Because once we have a child that can be aware of the power of their connection to source energy, we have a child who has the ability to take the space to bring awareness of self to the forefront, bring awareness of their values and what's most important to them. And that gives them clarity to slow down and listen to what's most important for them and who they are as an individual. So thanks again for joining me, Dania Foster, for this Magical Mothering podcast. If you enjoy listening to my stories and philosophies, don't forget to click subscribe so you can get an update on my next episode and share it with your friends. I would also love to invite you to circle with me in my online circle collective, where I hold space for our magical mothering journey in a sacred container every full and new moon. And together we can share our stories and what's really going on in our worlds and feel nurtured by my guided meditation journeys. And you can find that at daniafoster.com/circle. If you'd like a more intimate container to work with me on becoming the grounded guide that your child chose you to be, come visit my website, daniafoster.com, or shoot me an email at dania@daniafoster.com. So much love and appreciation for you on your magical mothering journey. Lots of love.